All right. Welcome back to the Malapert Smark podcast. We're talking wrestling here today. It's Royal Rumble. We're the day after the Royal Rumble. Vlad and Robert were at my house yesterday for the show. Vlad, the wrestling expert, and Robert, the frozen Asian. Welcome to you guys. Say hello. Vlad, you say hello first.
Oh, me. Hello. Definitely good to be here right after the Royal Rumble. Lots to discuss, I would say, or some interesting things went on. Definitely need some analysis, so glad to be here.
All right, we're going to break it down in detail. Don't worry, I got it all covered for you guys. And Robert, the frozen Asian, how you doing?
Hello. What a time to be alive on a Sunday night on the Malapert Smart podcast.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was a fun night, a little too fun. Some of the details at the end of the show were a little hazy for me when I woke up, but I'll just leave it at that. Yeah. Well, I did wake up and review it again, watch the show again, especially the end of it. And I got bookmarks and slides for you guys to analyze the show. And then we got that weird bit of sports news during the show last night, huh?
It was right after.
When I woke up, I was like, "Was that real or what the hell?" But
honestly, we were asking the same thing. I was asking myself the same thing when me and Robert were kind of briefly talked about it. But yes, that was amazing.
Me and Vlad, Robert, we used to do a sports podcast, the Sports Break, and we talked a lot of basketball, and we don't talk sports on this show. It's supposed to be a pure wrestling show. But since it happened during the Royal Rumble, and you guys are Laker fans, both of you, we're in LA. We're based in LA here. I guess we could spend a minute and talk about what the hell was up with that trade, huh? I mean, shit, I'm curious what your thoughts on it are. It was a great trade for the Lakers, huh? Luka Doncic to the Lakers, man.
It was a no-brainer. They had to do it. And I don't know what the deal is with the Mavs, like why they decided to get rid of him. Like there has to be something that we're not seeing, because from the outside looking in, it's like a no-brainer. He's 25 years old. They've just got the Lakers look like they got a franchise guy for the next decade. I don't know. Obviously, I love AD, but this was they had to do it. Like it was a no-brainer.
This is so great for them, dude. AD's always hurt. AD always played. Anything that happens to him, he has a little nagging injury and he doesn't play, and then they don't even have him. So. Shit, Luka's more durable, but...
I mean, you would think. I mean, I know, like I said, there's the talk about his weight and all the stuff and his conditioning, and that's the reason that the Mavs are putting out there in the PR press. But it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm sorry, it doesn't just... you don't trade a guy that you went to the finals with this last year. He's so out of shape that he led us to the finals last year. What the fuck?
So ridiculous.
Okay, I don't know. It seems insane from looking in, like, why even trade him? But I think the thinking is... I'll just be quick because I don't want to spend too much time on this. I know we have a lot of wrestling to discuss, and I'll give Robert his time.
Yeah, sure. Hey, by the way, if you listeners out there want to skip to the wrestling talk, there's bookmarks, there's chapters on our video, so no excuses. If you want to skip the basketball talk, go ahead. Let Vlad talk about basketball for a minute. He used to be the NBA expert.
I'm an expert on all fields, guys. All fields that all fields that actually I can't make any money off of, but I have all this knowledge about. It's fantastic. But anyways, no, I was just gonna say maybe I could understand maybe the Mavs don't want to pay him the $300 million that he was going to be owed. What is his extension coming up this past whatever it is in the summer? But man, if that was the case, they could have at least looked to see what other teams were offering or made it like a bidding war or something. They just seem to be like, oh, AD's the guy that we want, which to me, as much as I love AD, because I think he's great, it's kind of strange. I mean, to be honest, he's injury prone. He's not really a number one guy, like mentally. I don't think he's very talented. He's very good.
Kyrie is there. Kyrie's the number one guy.
Well, I mean, that's another problem. I don't think Kyrie's the number one either. So they really have two number twos right now. But that's my thinking. I mean, I love AD, but no, I think I would look to see if there was anything better I could get out there. But they have it in their mind that they could win with this team. Dallas does, which I don't understand at all. But that's just me.
Well, AD is a former champion. He's led a team to a championship, and now he's got Kyrie. They got a dynamic duo. I heard, before I get Robert's thoughts on this, I heard that the Mavericks what's the name? Mavericks management. They think that Luka is just not motivated enough, and that he doesn't get it done in the big moments. He always chokes. So they just gave up on
That's
him.
insane.
Oh yeah,
He
he only took them to the finals, but okay.
They lost
Well,
to way
they
better
thought they
teams.
weren't gonna win with him. They thought they weren't gonna win.
Well, I mean, he's only 25 years old.
I know, but
mean,
Robert, this is great for the Lakers, though, huh?
oh
This
yes,
is amazing.
yes. For the Lakers, this
Yes.
was amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if Robert doesn't have any comments on this Luka Doncic trade, let's get on to the wrestling, huh?
No, I have plenty to say actually. So
Go ahead.
I would say, two of my favorite players of the past decade have been Steph Curry and Luka Doncic, and now one of them is a Laker. I'm stoked by the idea of him being a Laker now. That being said, I think the Lakers will still have to do something, to make up for the lack of defense, with the loss of AD. They'll have to get a big man to, be a rim protector at the very least. So the Lakers still have work to do, but for sure in the long term, this is very, very good for the Lakers. I might even start attending more Laker games because of this, because I'm excited that he's a Laker. So
yeah, amazing.
But yeah, it makes no sense. I'm trying to think of why Dallas would trade him. That I just don't get it. And then
I had two outside superstars, Luka and Kyrie. Maybe they thought they would get a big man and an outside guy. So maybe they're more balanced. I don't know. I don't see it though based on AD's. They say Luka Doncic is not motivated. What about AD? AD looks like he doesn't care, But I don't know. Okay,
we'll see.
That's a coup for the Lakers then. All right, good for you guys. Good for you Laker fans. All right, well let's move on to the Royal Rumble. We're going to do this in detail today. I'm going to cover both Royal Rumble matches, and we're going to talk about Cody and KO for a little bit too. So let me go to our famous blog. This is our blog post for the Royal Rumble. I'll put a link to it in the description. This is how we review angles and the storylines and stuff. This is our review system in case anyone's new to our show, and how well we liked anything that we're reviewing. So this is how we usually rate things. But anyways, as for this one, I'm going to skip to storyline number 4. I'll jump around. I'm going to do the men's first, but I'll go past the women and past the tag team title match and past Cody, and we're going to go to Jey Uso shocks the world is our headline here. Let me get my TV up. There he is. All right. Men's Royal Rumble, number 1, entrant number 1 is Rey Mysterio. So we're going to go through this in order of what happened, and if anyone has comments as we go, you could jump in. Please do jump in because my summary is going to be pretty long here. So make sure if you have any thoughts on anything that happened, just go ahead and blurt it out, all right? So entrant number 1, Rey. Entrant number 2, Penta. All right, so we had the Latino flair.
That was
first one. There you are, showing respect. I'm going to narrate some of these slides and try to describe them in case anyone's just listening on the audio podcast platforms. But, I don't think you guys noticed this, but Penta should have been out right here. His foot hit the floor. Did you guys hear or watch this real closely?
Both feet? Oh.
Yeah, maybe.
I could see his right foot definitely touched it, but
one of them definitely did. That's you go.
This is how it happened in fast speed. All right, now this is it again in slow motion. 1 foot, 2 foot.
Yeah, I think so.
So he made a mistake. He should have been out, but he stayed in the match a lot longer than that. So this was an early thing. This is before anyone else came in. Anyways, let's move along. Number 3, Chad Gable. And he had a feud with the Luchadors, right? He has a Luchador feud, so this was a subplot. I listed the subplots on our YouTube or on our blog post if anyone wants to read about all the storylines. A lot of storylines within this Royal Rumble match, but we're going to just review the whole match as a whole. But okay, so they continued that Luchador thing. He got in the ring with 2 Luchadors. Chad Gable did. Excuse me. Carmelo Hayes, number 4. My guy, Melo don't miss, right, Robert?
Oh, he's been missing.
Well, he's a really cool move here.
Yes,
Got in
that's
there with Penta, and that was an amazing move, I thought. Who else we got next? Santos Escobar. Okay, I don't know. His storylines haven't been landing, but he's still a guy on the show. He's still a roster member, and Penta had zero fear of him. So, Cerro Miedo right there, right in Santos's face. Otis, number 6. Otis comes in. He had a storyline with Gable, so this is another subplot. So a long-standing feud he had with Chad Gable continued here. A slap to the face.
Oh, good slap. Very good slap.
Good slap. Good slap. So they fought a little bit. There you go. I think there was a suplex, a German suplex from Chad Gable onto Otis. I don't know how the hell he does that. That doesn't look like it. That doesn't seem like realistic. This breaks the laws of physics.
It's incredible.
Torture rack from Otis onto Gable. But anyways, Braun Breaker, number 7. So he came in. He had a good showing. I think he eliminated Carmelo Hayes. That seems like the first elimination. Carmelo Hayes was the first guy out. So what do we got here? Braun Breaker, a back body drop onto Otis. That's another cool one. I think another elimination here. Santos Escobar, eliminated by Braun Breaker. All right, so good showing.
He had a good showing.
7 is Tozawa, but Carmelo Hayes was on his way out, and Carmelo Hayes nailed him in the back for no reason. Like, I don't see why. Like, they're not even on the same brand. They've never had anything to do with each other. I guess Carmelo was just frustrated. So Adam Pearce comes out. This was the first instance of an angle, basically, on this Royal Rumble match. And Tozawa goes to the back, and they have to check on him. The doctors are looking at him. Triple H is looking at him, and he's just not able to go. So they had a backup, I guess. This was like a backup plan, or I don't even know if it was, but Triple H just said, hey, this guy can go. He's a YouTuber, I found out. Some customer at my job told me today. I was like, who the hell is that guy? I Show Speed. He's a YouTuber. So he told him, he's like, you can do this. So is he gonna? I don't know. Anyone look this up? Like, is he supposed to be signing with WWE or something?
I have no idea.
I mentioned that when we were watching it last night.
Yeah, I don't. This is almost the last thing I remember.
Oh, okay.
No, Lord.
I know, that's not good. So, anyways, I Show Speed shows up. I know he was cool. He helped eliminate Otis, I think. So he got in there and helped Braun Breaker dump Otis over the top. So that's another elimination. And I think Braun Breaker speared the shit out of him.
Yeah.
The crowd was like, holy shit. And he just got dumped over. But he got dumped onto Otis, which was a good spot. I thought maybe he could have saved him, but Otis just kind of flung him into the announce desk. So double elimination. Good spot. Whoever the hell that guy was, he was in there for a short time, but I liked him.
But he took a beating.
He took a beating. Let's see, who's number 8? Sheamus. All right. Sheamus has got in there, did his 10 beats thing. Everyone got their chance to shine when they went in. I'm not really going to go over a lot of that. I'm just kind of doing the eliminations and the entrance. Number 10 or number 9. What is this, number 9?
No, it's
number 10. Sorry, number 10. Yeah. I labeled that wrong. All right, Jimmy Uso, number 10. Number 11, Andrade with the mask. Number 12, Jacob Fatu. All right, so here's some good stuff. So he had a good showing. Let's see what you guys thought of it here. Penta really wanted to show zero fear towards Jacob Fatu, which was hilarious. But anyways, what else? This is a double back body drop, I guess.
Yeah, this guy's
Rey
amazing.
Mysterio and Penta. Nice looking face. I think. Let's see, Gable. I think this is Chad Gable. No, Gable was eliminated before this. I don't have a clip of it. I wrote it down, but Fatu eliminated Gable, and then he eliminated Rey Mysterio. So then Andrade. I guess he eliminated Andrade too. So comes in a flurry of eliminations. There's Andrade going out. All right. What else? I love Jacob Fatu's crazy faces. I don't know. Is he's kind of reminds me of like Ming, but maybe more dynamic. Like, seems like he cut a promo actually. So
Right, exactly.
All right, so this is the thing they teased on Raw a few weeks back between Braun Breaker and Jacob Fatu. It's a callback. So these guys still might have a feud in the future, but this was a cool moment. But it didn't happen because Jimmy Uso, I think, busted in. So it was a continuation of the bloodline rivalry there. Kaiser in at 13. Ludwig Kaiser. He had the strategy of not going in quickly. Right, he was the first guy because everyone was running in. This whole thing, the entrance way to the ring was so long that I think they probably told them, "You guys got to run in because it'll fucking take forever if all of you guys walk into the fucking ring, right?" So Kaiser was the one guy who didn't do that. So he walked in, he waited outside, he didn't want to go in, and then he tried to sneak in on Penta, it looks like, and Penta threw his ass out. So he was in there for like, I don't know, 10 seconds or something like that. So
yeah, it was like really quick.
I guess that was a good spot. I like that. That was fun. That was funny.
It was funny. Probably not the best thing for Ludwig, but okay. It was a funny spot.
Yeah. Okay, let's move along. Miz. Oh, Miz had a great showing, I thought. Miz had, look at this slick move right when he entered the match. Ducks under Braun Breaker and then tries to throw him over the top. He didn't, but still, I thought that was a unique move for a Royal Rumble. Here's a Hurricane Rana from Miz onto Penta. Ever seen that? I don't know what the hell got into him here.
That was awesome.
No,
but really proud. You look at his face. He's like, "Ooh, that's like the coolest thing he's ever done."
Probably didn't think he could do that.
Oh my God! Well, Jacob Fatu got him next, and then he kicks Jacob, so he didn't know who it was. So Jacob turned him around. So that was a funny little spot too. This is a great spot for Miz. So he's trying to jump onto Jacob Fatu's back, and it goes straight into a Samoan drop from Jacob
fantastic,
Fatu.
Man.
Yeah,
man,
Miz,
that
man.
That looked great.
Miz, baby. Who would have thought? And then this is Jacob's little shimmy.
Yeah. Yep.
Joe Hendry.
Oh, no.
Here's your guy. Here's your guy.
Baby. Nice showing from Joe Hendry, dude.
Ugh.
There was some people in the crowd. There was some hand. Here's a sign, a Joe Hendry sign. There's some hand waving in the crowd when his music got to that point. So some people knew him, not a lot, but you know, he got a reaction.
He got a reaction.
He's been on NXT too, so it's not his first time. But there's some Joe Hendry for you. TNA represent. Anybody's interested, I do a TNA podcast separately. Go to the live streams tab. I did a review of Genesis recently, if you guys want to see that. But anyways, let me see what happens here. Jacob Fatu ruins the party, so he kicks, elbows Joe Hendry. There's a good look at Joe Hendry over there. Roman Reigns. All right, so we're at 16. This is where it starts to get hot. Yeah, I guess.
Almost.
He comes in with Heyman. And he throws out The Miz. All right, so there's an elimination. Roman Reigns throwing out The Miz. Sheamus. All right. Roman Reigns getting Sheamus out of there. And who else are we looking at? Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry with a kick to the TNA champion. There you go. I like that. But I think he just got speared after this. So he gets speared and I think thrown out, right? Is that who eliminated Joe Hendry?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Roman Reigns. All right. Well, there he is. Okay. TNA representation on WWE today is out because there wasn't a girl from TNA, I think, in the women's match. So that's it. All right, Roman and Braun Breaker.
No, this was a great spot for Breaker, man.
That's a moment. The spear. Damn.
And it looked great too.
Yes. And then, I guess he still got thrown over.
Okay, but this part didn't make sense, and I think we even said that at the time.
Yeah.
How could he spear him, and then he's the one that gets thrown out? Okay.
Roman was like a top superstar. It takes like 4 finishing moves to beat him.
I understand, but Jesus, they could have got him out in another way than that. That one didn't really make a lot of sense, but okay.
All right. Jimmy Uso helps up Roman, so there's some bloodline stuff. Let me see what else we got. Jacob Fatu kicking Jimmy, so there's a continuation of War Games, I guess. No Solo, but and then Jacob throws Jimmy over.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see what happens. Here's Jacob and Roman. Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns. This match has to happen someday.
That's a future main event right there.
For sure.
For real. So they went at it. They fought a little bit. They exchanged some punches. But I'm gonna jump to Drew McIntyre at 17. Okay.
Yeah.
He comes in. This is also another subplot, the continuation of the Drew Roman feud. Like, this is what we've been waiting for, man. This is a WrestleMania match. This should be at this year's WrestleMania.
It very well could be.
It should be a grudge match between Drew and Roman. All right, so let me skip forward a little bit. What do we got? What happens? Jacob jumps in joins Drew, so there was like a little temporary alliance, I think. But they couldn't get Roman out. They tried for a minute, but more people come in. Here's Finn Balor at 18, 19, Nakamura, the United States champion. I think Penta's out here from Finn Balor.
No,
so there you go.
Interesting, surprising.
Yeah, I guess. Well, they're kind of at the same level, I think. I would say Finn Balor's a little above Penta.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Jey Uso, the main event. All right, the winner, the eventual winner. Y'all will get your comments on that, I guess, at the end. But so let's see what he did as he came in. I think he got an elimination. I think he eliminated Nakamura. So at least he did something. Here's Nakamura's angry face. That was a good one. Everyone had a little angry face when they got dumped out. Fucking great. It's great. AJ Styles, the return, my boy. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
All right. They had here's a little face-off between AJ and Jacob. That's another potential matchup, but okay.
You never know.
Braun Strongman, as Jim Cornette calls him. Braun Strowman next in. Let's see. This is a continuation of Strowman and Fatu from Saturday night's main event. And I think this is the elimination. So, Vlad, I'm going to get your thoughts on Braun Strowman dumping Jacob Fatu out. At least they continued the story, but
No, I don't agree with it. I don't agree that should have been the way he's eliminated. He should have been eliminated by someone a little bit more prominent.
And then he just walks out. Like, after he started so much shit at Saturday night's main event and did all this chaos and got disqualified, and then he could have went in and eliminated Strowman.
Absolutely. He should have at least pulled Strowman out and at least beat his ass again for that.
He just walked out very calmly. I don't know. He was on his meds today, I guess. I don't
know. He wasn't violent today, huh? I don't know. Yeah, I didn't agree with that decision, but it was what it was.
John Cena at 23. All right, now things are getting really hot. Actually, the next few entrants
it was one after the other, yeah.
Ridiculous. But Cena, I guess there's an elimination. Braun Strowman, he pulled the ropes down. So there's Strowman. Hold on one second. I got to get my dog out the way. She's not leaving me alone. God. I just need an hour to do this podcast, for fuck's sake. It's Sunday night, by the way. The Royal Rumble was last night. If you guys are watching this on a Monday morning, welcome. Welcome, if anyone who's just joining us. But okay. Braun Strowman. So here's John Cena eliminating another elimination. He eliminates Finn Balor with an AA off, but Braun Strowman catches him. I was like, why did Braun Strowman catch him? There was no real kayfabe reason why he would catch him. You know what I mean? Like, as a wrestler, it's like, okay, I'm trying not to let this guy die. But, why would he help Finn Balor? I don't know, but okay. That was that.
But he didn't even catch him. He just
he just let him go down.
Well, he broke the fall. Yeah, but he at least broke the fall a little bit. He didn't fall completely, like, fucking straight away.
Well,
that helped. That helped. Let's see. Who's the next one? Roman Reigns spear on Drew McIntyre. There you go. Here's a face-off. Cena and Roman. That's kind of cool. Lots of superstars in this ring. I'm gonna list by the point where I thought there was the most superstars in the ring. Oh, CM Punk is next. So here's a happy CM Punk fan who was probably a kid when CM Punk was getting hot. But here he is tripping out. Here's Punk coming in. All right, so there's Punk, Roman, and Cena in the ring. And they all look at each other, and they milked it for so long that I don't think there was any fighting. Like, the clock started up again, and another guy was coming in, and that was Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
So Seth Rollins music hits. So Seth Rollins goes immediately for Punk. He could have gone for Roman. I guess he hates Punk more than Roman. I don't know. But okay. Dominic Mysterio. Sorry, Vlad, I cut you off. Were you gonna say something about
I say he probably hates
Punk?
both. I was gonna say Seth probably hates them both. Hard to say who he hates more, but he did go
Well,
after Punk.
he did say he wants to prevent Punk from winning this, so that's another
that's true.
subplot. I forgot to write that as a subplot on my summary, but I might add that in later. Let's see who we're at. Dominic Mysterio of the Judgment Day. I think he was trying to suplex Roman, but he couldn't do it. You know, it was kind of ridiculous. But Sami Zayn, all right, 27. He had a chance to kick Seth Rollins, and this time there's no alliances. Every man for themselves. So he did take the chance to kick Seth Rollins in the face. It's like, what can I do, man? Got to do it. On this day, Damian Priest, another former world champion. He comes in. I think he did a chokeslam on Dominic Mysterio. Was he the one who eliminated Dominic? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense. There's an old Judgment Day storyline. I'm at 29. This is LA Knight, another big star.
Yeah.
So here is the point where I thought there was the most stars in the ring. Look at these 10 guys in the ring. Roman, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Damian Priest, LA Knight, AJ Styles, Cena, and Punk. That's probably the most strongest Royal Rumble people that I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, let's see. Sammy comes over to help Roman against LA Knight. So there's some alliances, some bloodline alliances. He helps Roman up. And, okay, Drew. So Drew pushes Roman into Sammy, and what happened here? Oh, this is how Sammy got eliminated. So he got kicked out accidentally by his friend Jey Uso, and Drew McIntyre got out the way. So he was laughing. There's Drew McIntyre laughing it up. Hold on one second, guys. I got to get Alora off this table.
Lord Jesus.
How'd
she get on the table?
Should we take a little respite? So Alora's just like really,
man,
on today.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Let's say hello to the Malapert Smark Hall of Famer herself.
Alora, what's going on?
She was here yesterday, but we didn't give her enough attention. We were watching the show, but man,
sweetheart.
All right, let's see if she'll leave me alone for the rest of this. The rest of this she's neat. Okay, so who had just got eliminated? Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
All right, and then we're down to the last one, Logan Paul. So on the way to the ring here, a couple of fans gave him the middle finger right there. There's one, and then also on the other side walking in, there's another one, double middle.
Double bird, yeah.
Double barrel. All right, this is the Drew McIntyre controversy. I don't know if you heard about this, but I heard Drew McIntyre was pissed off when he went to the back yelling and screaming because his elimination, I think, was distracted because LA Knight, I think, is in the middle of the ring, and there's a spot where Damian and Jey Uso are going to eliminate Drew, and then they bump into LA Knight. So it kind of muddied it up, cluttered it up, you know what I mean? And there goes Drew. So I think he was pissed off because his elimination didn't really get the spotlight it deserved. You know what I mean? They were talking about something else. It didn't really look good. So that's I heard. I heard there was a rumor that Drew was upset with somebody, possibly LA Knight. So all right, so that's that. Drew was out. I was also surprised at how unceremoniously he got dumped out, but.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't know why he was eliminated here either. I mean, this doesn't seem like
by Damian Priest of all people, you know. So I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, not sure.
Here's Damian. Maybe that could lead to a feud with them. Maybe Drew McIntyre could forget about CM Punk and Roman and move on to something else or something because. But I don't know. All right, so here's the Logan Paul spot. I guess he was going to get kicked out, and he jumped onto the announcement table.
That's crazy.
He did the Kofi Kingston spot today. Yeah. You got to give it up for him there. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I don't like the guy, but I can't deny that in the ring he's pretty good. There's Damian getting thrown out by LA Knight, so he's gone. AJ Styles throwing out LA Knight. Okay, now he's gone. Well, here's Logan Paul jumping back onto the steel steps, so he had to be careful about that to not fuck that up, because he was in the last three. So, and then here he is eliminating AJ Styles, because AJ went to the top rope and he pulled him off. Logan pulls him off. So there goes AJ. Well, didn't expect him to win, but just a great guy to be in this match. Let's see who we got next. All right, so this is the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're down to 6 left. Let's see who gets eliminated next. Here's a shot of Roman and Seth. I guess they had a moment where they jaw-jacked at each other, right? They made it very dramatic. This was another dramatic moment. And I don't know what they said. I couldn't really make it out, but seemed intense. And then they went at it. So pushed each other, started throwing punches at each other, fighting. And I think this actually led to their elimination, right?
Yeah.
It led to them getting held up on the ropes, and then CM Punk came from out of nowhere and dumped both of them out. That was pretty shocking.
Yes, okay. That was an incredible moment.
Yep, there's Punk looking at his work. He dumped out Roman, guy he was in cahoots with recently. So they're supposed to be friends. They're supposed to be Paul Heyman guys. But this is the ultimate surprise was CM Punk got eliminated.
Oh my God. We were all stunned at this point.
He was the guy that everyone thought was going to win in main event WrestleMania, but
we all gasped.
Logan Paul, of all people, eliminated Punk. Oh my God. Maybe they got an idea for that match, but that was like a what the fuck moment. Roman is mad at Punk, so there's all kinds of stuff that's going to happen here on the outside. So first Roman's going to get mad at Punk, and then Seth Rollins curb stomps him. So this is crazy. And then Punk and Seth start fighting, and I think Seth gets the best of Punk, puts him down, and then he comes back and does another curb stomp on Roman, despite Paul Heyman, who is yelling at him, "What is he doing? What are you doing?" And there he goes. So everyone's all sympathetic for Roman here. The commentators were like, "Oh no, Roman, oh no," but okay. Seth Rollins. I think he does fight with Punk a little more. He goes over and gives him a shove to the face while Punk is trying to get up, and then security pulls them all apart. So a lot of madness here, a lot of male testosterone boiling over on this men's Royal Rumble match. But lots of stars gone. I don't know.
Yeah, you thought one of those three guys was going to win the Rumble. Honestly. So it was pretty surprising at this point. I don't think I had it. Well, no, I thought at this point Cena was going to win, to be honest. When it was just these three left, I was like, well, I guess they're going to give it to Cena,
Yeah, at that point for sure. That's what I thought too. But Cena was going to give a double AA here, but I think Jey Uso slips out and gives Logan Paul a kick to the face, and then Cena dumps Logan Paul over with a clothesline. So there you go, down to the last two. John Cena and Jey Uso. Who would have thought, huh? If you bet on that. But
yeah, okay. I don't think anyone bet on that.
This is the spot of Cody and CM Punk from last year, so good spot. Good spot for Jey Uso, even if he didn't win. I'd be like, yeah, it's last two of the Royal Rumble. Good job. But all right, so they had a little bit of a fight for a few minutes, I think it took. And Cena did hit him with the 5-knuckle shuffle, and I think he was going to get him in the AA, but it didn't happen. And then they went out on the ring apron, and that's where it happened. See if I have that, pulling that up for you. Here they are on the ring apron. Okay, so there was a spot where Cena teased jumping out. I was like, okay, they're just teasing it. And then AA, again, Jey Uso slips out and kicks him in the back, and that's it for John Cena. And I think the look on his face when it happened was the same look that everyone in the world had. I couldn't believe it. It makes sense looking. It makes sense, though, when you think about it. But I'll get Vlad's thoughts on it first. All right, so let's hear your thoughts first on Jey Uso winning. What's your thoughts about that? And then I guess afterwards I'll ask you guys your thoughts on the match itself. But how about just the booking? Jey Uso.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love it because, well, I understand that he's popular. Jey Uso is popular, and he's getting a great reaction from the crowd, and he's selling a lot of merch. I mean, to me, he's just a mid-card guy that they're trying to push down our throats at this point, trying to get him to the top. So now he's probably going to challenge, I'm assuming, Gunther, because that's who he's been feuding with. So, and maybe probably win the title there, beat Gunther. I don't want that. I don't like that. I don't want that. I don't think he's. I mean, it's hard to say he's deserving of it or not deserving of it, but I don't think he's at that level. I just don't see him at that level. I don't think he deserves to win the Royal Rumble. I definitely don't think he deserves to beat the champion at WrestleMania. So that's my thoughts on that. Nothing against the guy. I just don't see him as a top guy. I don't. So,
but
yeah.
he's so over, man. Everyone's doing that thing. They do the Allura dance. You know, my dog does this thing.
So, yeah. That's the Allura. That's the Allura dance for sure. I don't know.
He's over, man. It doesn't matter what you think. If someone is that over, you got to put him over.
Okay,
right?
Rock.
I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't.
You don't agree with that? If someone's just over, you just got to put them over?
There are plenty of guys that are way more over than Jey Uso. I'm sorry. So it's not like this. He's over as far as mid-card guys go, as far as I'm concerned. He's in the LA Knight category. Maybe for he's more popular, fine. But nonetheless, I don't agree with this decision.
Well, look, Vlad, you're not alone. From what I've seen today on the internet and podcasts have been criticizing, comments on YouTube and X have been saying that Jey Uso the work. I mean, I've heard some people just criticize his work, that it's not as good as everyone else. The silliness, the silly thing he does with the shimmy. Well, I guess The Rock did that too. But
he's not The Rock. Let's just put it that way.
Well, all right, fine. Robert, do you agree? What's your thoughts on this? Are you for the Jey Uso thing, or are you with the general consensus?
I absolutely hated this. Man. All right, so there's a lot of things I don't like about this. Yeah, yes, he is over, but is that enough of a reason to have him win the Rumble? I mean, for what? Just because he has the most hyped entrance out of all the wrestlers? Like, that can only get you so far. And, I mean, WWE fans, they're very fickle. You never know, like, a year from now, if he's going to be able to retain this hype. But I don't know. I don't like his work. I don't, it's just average to me, in my opinion. And his promos, oh my goodness. I even like Jimmy's promos better than Jay's personally. They're awful.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys aren't big yeeters then, huh?
No. No, I don't know. I just don't see him as the champ. That's just personally for me. I just don't see it.
Put in a lot of work, man. I mean, look, as a company guy, you just gotta reward the guy. I don't think him beating Gunther is such a bad storyline at WrestleMania. They've already set this up. When on Raw he cut a promo saying I didn't beat Gunther, but I know I can do it. You know what I mean? So I guess you could have seen this coming in a way. But okay, I'm not as disappointed with it because I think it was surprising and that was good. At least they threw us off.
It was surprising.
And I think it gives us more storylines heading towards Elimination Chamber for the last chance to get a title shot at WrestleMania and main event. So that's going to be more hot now because Cena might be there, Punk again. So they could have a really cool Elimination Chamber. This isn't the last chance. So I'm not as down on it. I think it's all right, but okay. Robert, did you have something to say before I cut you off?
I really wanted CM Punk to win this personally because think about it. CM Punk has been one of the most prominent figures in the wrestling industry for more than a decade now, and he's never main evented WrestleMania. Jey Uso's gonna main event WrestleMania. The Miz has main evented WrestleMania. Let that thought sink in for a minute. It's crazy.
He still could main event WrestleMania, man.
We'll see. We'll see what happens in Elimination Chamber and what favor he tries to pull from Paul Heyman. But I think just the idea that he hasn't done it yet, and now Jey Uso's about to. Well, actually, technically, he already has as a tag team.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. I didn't like this booking at all.
All right, then. Well, let me take off the TV here. Hold on one second. Take off the big TV with the picture of Jey Uso getting his hand raised. But let me go back to our blog. So I guess if you guys told me your review last night, I don't remember it. So you could tell me right now, and I'll fill it in for you at this minute. So I'll start with Vlad. So I gave this 2 thumbs up. I liked it a lot. I didn't love it. But Vlad, you want to give your review of the men's Royal Rumble match?
Yeah, I think the women's Royal Rumble match was actually better this year, believe it or not. Not just because of the ending. I just thought overall it was just a better match. There's some good spots here, and it got hot at the end when all those, like when you did that screenshot of all the major guys that were still in it that one time. That was when it was really good. But then also, yeah, I have to take out points for Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble. I think that's a black mark on this match, honestly, that cannot be erased. So I'm gonna give it a thumb up, not 2, but I think 1 is fair.
Thumbs up?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Robert, you're next.
I'll get it. I'll give it half a thumb. And that's only because of the star power that was involved in the ring. But as the result, I'm not feeling it at all.
Yeah.
All right, half a thumbs up. Yeah, I think some of the eliminations were a little clunky.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
You know, I didn't think they landed exactly perfectly well. But okay, so there you have it. There you have our reviews. I think just for the sheer star power of it, I gave it 2 thumbs up. I liked it a lot. I liked watching it. I could have liked it more. There's higher ratings on our review system, as you all know, but I give it 2 points. Okay, all right. Let's move along from the men's Royal Rumble, unless you guys have anything else that you forgot to mention. This is your last chance. I'm going to move on to the women, I guess. Let's do the women's Royal Rumble before we go to the WWE title match. So here he is. So our headline, my headline here is Charlotte Flair returns and wins the women's Royal Rumble. So let me pull up some slides so I could show the peoples what happened in case you didn't watch it. I'm sure you watched it, but it's still, I think this is a nice review. A lot happened on this Royal Rumble, so it's a lot to break down. But the women, okay. There we go. All right, so we're starting off. Here, Io Sky, first one. Entrant number 1. Entrant number 2, Liv Morgan. Okay. Good start to the show. Good start to the match. They had some decent spots. They looked good, but I don't have any spots there. We gotta run through this a little quicker than the last one because it's getting late at night here. But here's Roxanne Perez, Robert's favorite from NXT.
Favorite, yep.
And she was there pretty much till the end, so she got a good show. I think she was in the last 2, right?
She was in the last 2, yeah.
All right, Lyra Valkyria, the current Intercontinental Champion, followed by the United States Champion, Chelsea, and followed by B-Fab, number 6.
B-Fab, yeah.
B-Fab. No eliminations yet, so the ring's just piling up with girls here, with women. And Ivy Nile next, number 7, and Zoe Stark, number 8. Number 9, Lash Legend, another NXT. Robert, you are representing NXT today with your background on your Zoom.
Yeah.
We are NXT. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Robert are the NXT guys on this show. We review NXT by ourselves. Vlad doesn't watch it. He watches it in passing. He doesn't review it in detail like we do.
No.
But okay, so here's finally start with some spots that I want to show, I guess. So here's Lash Legend, which Vlad was praising during
Look good. Yeah.
They look solid. So here she is grabbing Ivy Nile and using her as a weapon. So I thought that was kind of Chelsea saw B-Fab was down and she wanted to take advantage of it. She kicks Liv Morgan in the face and runs over and actually does eliminate B-Fab. So that's the first elimination of the night. So these guys are feuding also. So subplot. They are feuding on Smackdown. So there you go. Chelsea Green with an elimination. Number 10, the EST. The greatest, the bestest, the most whateverest you can think of is Bianca Belair. So she comes in. There was this controversial spot. I don't know if it's controversial. Vlad said it was silly, but she was beating up Io Sky, I think, in the corner, and Zoe Stark, and they just did this a bunch of times where Bianca would backflip off the middle rope, and then someone else would come in and do the same thing, and it would just pile up with people. And Io Sky was at the bottom just getting squished and all this. So it was kind of ridiculous, but it was kind of funny, I think. It was unique. First time I ever seen that. But okay.
Yeah. I mean, Bianca's a
uh,
great athlete. I'll say that. She could do
but
that flip over.
that's still silly though.
Well, that goes without saying.
All right, we're at 11. Shayna Baszler from Pure Fusion Collective. Or Ivy Nile eliminates Lyra. So that's the next elimination. Okay. That is a storyline on Raw. Another one, by the way. Another subplot is Ivy Nile and Lyra. So she kind of challenged her to an intercontinental title match on Raw. So there you go. Bailey. Bailey is the next one. Number 12. Number 13, Sonya. So another Pure Fusion Collective. I think they're all in there now. Yeah, all three of them are in there. So they started working together. That's a little subplot. They didn't really do that well together, but at least they tried. They tried to be a team on this show, but I think they all ended up getting eliminated like at the same time, which I'll play in a second. But Maxine comes in next, and Maxine I think eliminated Ivy Nile. So that's another feud from Raw. Alpha Academy and American Made. Nice kick from Maxine. She looked all right. She looked more than all right. She looked good. But yeah, this was a fun match, like you said, Vlad. Haley was here, my girlfriend, and she was enjoying it. You know, she was having a good time. But let's see, Pure Fusion Collective. So they sneak up from behind to eliminate Maxine. So there she goes. She wasn't in there long, but she did get one elimination in. Naomi, number 15. Let's see what else happened here. I think this is Zoe's elimination. This is where all of Pure Fusion Collective, just by coincidence, get eliminated together. So there went Zoe at the bottom. Mm-hmm. Here goes Shayna on the right, and there goes Sonya on the left. So interesting that they all got eliminated together. Kind of funny, but okay. Jada Parker, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan from NXT.
Same here.
She looks like a main roster superstar, man. But all right, so here's some NXT girls with Bianca and Naomi. They look like they were having a little bit of a meeting, I guess. I don't know. What happened here? This is Lash Legend getting eliminated by Chelsea. All right, that's another big elimination from Chelsea. Decent showing here. Piper Niven. Okay, so this was a funny spot because Chelsea was about to get double teamed by Bianca and Naomi, and Chelsea's yelling at Piper to hurry up. So she's running down this long ass entrance ramp, and Chelsea's like, "Help me, help me!" Chelsea's really cool. She's funny. So here she is hiding behind Piper, but I think Piper ends up eliminating her by accident. Bianca pulls Naomi out.
Which was another funny spot.
Yes, a really good spot because Chelsea had one of the best, oh my God, I'm eliminated faces. There it is. Okay. I think we're up to 18 now. Number 18. Who is that? Natalia. All right. Bret Hart's niece. The niece of the greatest wrestler of all time, the greatest in-ring technician. So, Jordan Grace, all right, her debut in WWE as a full-time WWE wrestler. So that's another subplot, I would say. Interesting. But she eliminates Jada Parker. So there goes Jada Parker. She had a decent showing, I think. She took some bumps. It was okay. But here's Jordan Grace lifting up Piper Niven. Like,
that's impressive.
Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous. But Jordan Grace, she should go to the main roster. She shouldn't go to NXT. She's ready. She's like AJ Styles status when AJ came in. There's no need for her to go to NXT. She's been there already. So that's my opinion. So here she is with a TNA reunion with Naomi, and this drew ire from Bianca in a weird way. I don't know, but okay. Naomi was mad or Bianca was mad that Naomi had an alliance that wasn't her or something, but okay. Michin 20. 21, Alexa Bliss. Okay, here's another return.
Surprise.
From what I heard, I guess on the dirt sheets they were saying that she wasn't going to come back today, so I think they tricked the dirt sheets is what I heard. But they put in fake rumors about that. And the commentators were talking shit about the dirt sheets. Don't listen to what you hear on the dirt sheets is what they said. So
okay. Good. Work the dirt sheets. So I'm fine with it.
Zelina Vega. She came in with a cool outfit. She was the only one who actually came in with an extra special outfit, it seems. But Candice LeRae, 23. Stephanie Vaquera, another NXT. So the ring is filling up with NXT people. So that's going to be a subplot that I'm going to show. I think some of them are going to team up. Trish. All right, so here's a cameo. Trish Stratus, number 25. Yeah. She had a good spot later on, too, that I'll show you. Raquel. Okay, so Liv Morgan's backup. So now there's backup for Liv. So I think Raquel and Liv eliminate Natalya. Natalya. So there you go. So that's how Natalya got eliminated. Codebreaker by Liv Morgan. And Raquel was there to watch Liv's back. So Alexa tried to sneak up on Liv again, but again, Raquel is there. And I think this leads to Alexa Bliss's elimination the same way. Another Codebreaker by Liv. So there you go. Okay, Liv got some eliminations in. Former world champion. So she deserves that, I would say. Charlotte Flair, the returning Charlotte Flair. So she wins. Obviously, the headline is up here on our podcast. Charlotte Flair returns. I think a lot of people expected that. Unlike the men's Royal Rumble, the women's Royal Rumble was predictable, kind of. More predictable. But maybe a better worked match, I would say. I don't know. Okay, so here's Michin eliminated by Charlotte. So Charlotte comes in, gets an elimination in. There you go. Who else? I think. What am I looking at? Piper. There you go. Piper getting eliminated by Chelsea. That was by Charlotte. Excuse me.
By Charlotte, yeah.
Piper eliminated by Charlotte. So that was pretty tough to lift her up, it seemed, but she did it. Julia. All right. Surprised to see Julia. Robert, I think we weren't expecting to see the
we weren't expecting Julia there.
We were expecting the winner to challenge Julia because that's the best. The winner was going to say they want to face Julia at WrestleMania because they want the best. That's what I thought was going to happen. But okay, Julia's here. So I think she had a moment with Io because they're both Japanese. They're like, look, I see you. You look Japanese too. I don't know if there's history between them. It seems like it, but I don't know.
You're Japanese. I'm Japanese.
Look at our eyes. I don't know.
Oh no.
Well,
boy, you and Carlito are trying to get yourself canceled.
Well, they had a little fight, but okay. I don't know if they had history together. Maybe for all I know, in Japan they had something. But here's Jordan Grace eliminated by Julia. So there you go. There goes the former TNA World Champion, TNA Knockouts Champion. All right. So here's Stephanie and Julia. Robert, who have been united in NXT. Friendly rivals, but they're mostly allies. And then this is a weird spot. Roxanne is definitely not their ally, but I think they banded together for the sake of NXT, right? But they had like a little temporary alliance for like a second. So that was a little interesting to see. But it was a temporary alliance because we'll see later on, Roxanne doesn't really go along with it. But we'll jump to that in a second. Nia Jax is 29. This was the Trish spot that I liked when Trish was trying to get Zelina out and she's biting her hand. So she's doing whatever it takes. Trish will do whatever it takes. She knows what it takes to be successful in a match like this. But okay, Trish was facing off with Nia, and then Candice LeRae comes from behind and tries to throw out Trish, but Trish was like, hell no, and throws her out instead. So that's how Candice LeRae got eliminated. But Candice kind of snuck up on Trish and helped eliminate her. Because it looked for a second like Trish was going to pull Nia Jax out by herself, which was going to be amazing. But there's Candice pulling on Trish's leg, and I think that's where Trish will take the L and bow out. But good appearance by Trish. Looking good still. Looking good. Let's see what we got next. Nikki Bella, surprise 30th entrant. She needs to get back in the ring and work. I don't know what she's doing at home. Get your ass in the ring and get to work, man. She looks young and fit and, as good as anyone else, so why not?
Did you ever watch her wrestle? We don't really want her. We don't need her to get in the ring and work.
Right?
It's never too late to improve and to learn. They need to get her some reps. Get her in the ring with Harley Cameron on Ring of Honor, and she could start learning. But okay.
Lord.
So here she is facing off with Nia, but I think Nia gets surrounded, and they all try to push her out of the ring, but she like explodes on everyone. So she literally pushes everyone out the way.
Yeah,
The old
that was a good little spot there for
the
like
old Andre
like,
the Giant spot.
that was what. Yep, exactly. Big show as well. But yeah,
Here's Nikki Bella doing push-ups, but Robert said they were bad push-ups. And then
They were.
Roxanne comes in and really shows her how to do push-ups. But okay. Okay.
why were they doing push? Okay, that was not a good spot.
Like Brian Cage spot right there. I don't know, but okay.
In the Royal Rumble.
All right, so this was a mess. This is what a lot of eliminations happen right here. So let me try to describe what's happening. So Raquel's fallen out. Raquel's fallen out, and she's got Bianca by the hair. So I think she's going to fall out, and Stephanie's also staying in, and Io Sky is also holding on. But then on this side, Naomi is getting thrown out by Nia Jax. So I think a bunch of eliminations are going to happen right here all at once.
And Liv, I think, as well, right?
And Liv, I guess, yeah. So there's Raquel. She's out. She pulls out Bianca. So Bianca falls out. Stephanie's out. Io's out.
Yeah.
And then here's Nia over here eliminating Naomi. And I see Liv Morgan still in there.
Oh, Morgan stayed in. Okay, well.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet. But okay. Let's see. Let's see. I think this is where Liv Morgan maybe gets eliminated by Nia Jax. Yes. So right after. So there's the end of Liv, who is kind of allies with Nia. They've been heels together in tag team matches. So Nia's like, well, what can I do? It's the Royal Rumble. So this is where Julia gets eliminated by Roxanne. Although they had a temporary alliance for a second, Roxanne did what she had to do, and she took advantage and eliminated Julia. So there goes the NXT champion. Let's see what's next. I think Bailey's out. It's like Nikki Bella. Nia Jax got out of the way. And here is, let's see, I think Charlotte eliminating Nia Jax. There you go. And we're basically at the last two. So I think we got Roxanne and Charlotte were the last two, and they fought for a second, and there goes Roxanne. So great showing from Roxanne Perez from number 3 all the way till the end. And our winner is Charlotte Flair. So, all right, let me see. Do we have reviews? I think I did get these reviews from you last night. So I'll put it up over here on the screen while I get comments from Vlad and Robert. This is our blog post, which I'll put if anyone wants the exact order of eliminations. I went through this and did this today. And your winner is Charlotte. And our reviews are all 3 thumbs up from all of us. So, okay, comments aren't filled in on the blog, but I'll get that from you guys right now. I'll start with Robert this time. Why not? So, Robert, you gave this a thumbs up. Any thoughts you want to give on Charlotte winning or the match in general?
I think I'd probably actually, I'd probably give it 2 thumbs up, actually.
All right. I'll change it for you right now.
There's a lot I do love about it. I'll start with what I do love about it. I do think this was better than the men's Royal Rumble for sure. It has a lot less eliminations that that made us go like, well, what the heck? Why did that happen? Right? A lot of the eliminations on the men's match were confusing. This one didn't have too many of that. Okay, and as someone who is a fan of NXT, of course, there's gonna be some NXT bias here. It was really cool to see a lot of NXT representation, and I know I'm in previous episodes I keep glazing the women's roster, especially. I keep mentioning how stacked they are, and then clearly WWE management thinks the same because they put 5 of them in this match. So that was good to see. The couple of things I didn't like so much were that spot with Bianca Belair in the corner, like, backflip thing over how many, like 5 of them? I lost count.
Yeah, 5.
I didn't like that. I thought that was
6.
Okay,
Wow.
6. Wow. All right, that was really silly.
At that point, it got ridiculous. Maybe 1 or 2 would have been okay, but okay.
And then Charlotte Flair, while I don't dislike this result anywhere near as much as I dislike Jey Uso's. I do feel like she's had way too many title shots at this point. I would have liked to see someone else get it. I don't know if you asked me to pick a name of who I would have given the nod to
you
to win
wanted
the Rumble.
Roxanne Perez to win. You could just tell.
I would have not predicted her. No, I wouldn't have. But I don't know. I don't know who I would have chosen, but I think Charlotte has had more than her fair share of title shots at this point, so that's why I didn't love it too much. But I definitely didn't hate it anywhere near as much as the Jey Uso winning the men's match.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, we need a WrestleMania main event, man. Come on,
Right.
Charlotte Flair is money. But okay, let's see, Vlad, we were at thumbs up.
Yeah, I think trying to think of. I think I'm going to keep it at 1 as well. But I did agree, Robert, that overall the match, the women's Royal Rumble, was a better match as a whole.
Okay.
And the result, but but that doesn't mean the rankings should be a little higher. To me, I mean, just because it was a better match.
Well, this thumbs up is a how much you liked it.
Right.
Your thoughts on whether it was good or better, that's like a different thing. That's a different type of review, I think. We're not.
Well,
we're not.
It would be part
we
of my
don't
review,
necessarily
though.
review things whether we think they're good or not. We review things on whether we like them or not. That's what we do on our show.
But you would hope that whatever you're ranking high is good, right? So,
Right.
anyways,
Hey,
but
I've liked some bad shit, but okay.
that is a fact, my friend. I've scratched my head numerous times during your rankings. No, but I think what Robert said was basically on point. The NXT portion of all the different women there. I don't watch NXT like you guys do, but I have heard good things about the women's division there. That it's basically the heart of the show, right? I want to speak on Charlotte winning because I think it's kind of important. To me, she's probably Rhea, arguably the two wrestlers in the world. But there is something to somebody basically missing a year, coming back in their first match, and then being put straight to WrestleMania. Like, there is something to that criticism. Like, yeah, she's been champion, like, what, 13 times, 14 times, like, whatever they say that she's been champion. Like, does she really need another shot? Now, someone could say, like, well, who else do you want in that spot to face whoever she's going to face, either Tiffany or Rhea? I'm thinking it's going to end up being Tiffany somehow, even though Rhea is the one that makes sense, obviously, because that's who beat her last time. But anyways, I don't know. I think...
Isn't that what they did with Cody last year when he was out for like so many months and then he came back and won the Royal Rumble all of a sudden? And
well, was he out prior to the Rumble? Like, was he?
yeah, he had that torn pec.
Yeah.
Remember it?
So was the Rumble his first?
That was his first match back. Yeah, he barely made it back for the Rumble. So
Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't remember that being the case. But yes,
I don't think he was out as long as Charlotte was, though.
not exactly like a year. It wasn't since like the previous WrestleMania, but it was like
No.
7
Like
months or something like that.
It was definitely a while.
Plus, they had to finish his story. I guess Charlotte doesn't have a story to finish. She's already been champion so many times.
Right. I mean, but overall, I mean, with that said, you're probably right. She's definitely the one I do trust to put on an excellent, stellar match.
They could have also done Bianca versus Tiffany. That would have been a pretty great match. That's probably what I would have done. I would have booked Bianca to win because I think she's awesome too. She's fucking great. So
Absolutely. But overall, I did enjoy it, and I thought it was just a better work match than the men's. And as Robert mentioned, some of the eliminations in the men's was kind of like, what? Why did that happen? And here there wasn't that much of that. So, yeah, but good overall showing by the women. Way better than I thought. I thought I wouldn't enjoy the women's Rumble, and it ended up being actually probably one of the bright spots, I thought.
All right, well, before I go on to the other thing that was on the show, which was the World WWE title match between Kevin Owens and Cody, I'll mention the tag team match. I won't show any clips, but I'll just, for completeness sake, we're doing this whole pay-per-view. But the Street Profits did jump in and ruin that tag title match between Motor City Machine Guns and DIY. DIY won the match, but I will mention just, as a review of this match that it didn't really make sense for Street Profits to screw Motor City Machine Guns because they should have screwed DIY. DIY is the one that attacked them and left them laying and cost them tag title shot. So, but I will say that as far as the match goes, it was a good match up till that point. I'm proud of Motor City Machine Guns. They're my boys from TNA, so I'm glad to see them getting a featured spot on such a big show. But overall, I think the match kind of sucked. The ending ruined the match. Because, man, we were so invested in it. It's a 2 out of 3 falls match, and we were watching it for so long, and then it just gets ruined by two guys who apparently don't care. They just don't care about ruining the match. So, I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird, but unless anyone has any thoughts about that, I'm going to move on to Cody and KO. You guys want to say something about this?
Real quick, I don't think I'll say that I was not invested in this match
me neither.
As I was not invested in any of the angles prior to this.
Yeah, so, both of you guys in different ratings on this.
Yeah, I really didn't care, but I agree with you that it didn't really make sense. The interference at the end did not make sense, given that we have kind of been paying attention to some of the angles here and the story that's going on with the tag team titles, and yeah, that didn't seem right. But okay.
But I like how Triple H obviously has respect for TNA and everyone who's done really great work at TNA. So, Motor City Machine Guns, obviously top class, professional, so good. But I'm going to move on to the undisputed WWE Championship match. Cody Rhodes defeats Kevin Owens. So let me pull up some slides for us to put on the TV while I describe what happened, and then I'll get some reviews from my esteemed panel of Vlad, the wrestling expert, and Robert, the frozen Asian. For anyone just joining us on this clip, thank you very much for subscribing. We have reached the mythical 500 subscriber mark. We're now a legit podcast, and we can legitimately say that we are the best wrestling podcast, right, Vlad? Just like Max Caster is the best wrestler.
That's right.
We are the best wrestling podcast.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You nailed it. That's a great analogy.
But okay. So we had a criticism of this. I remember talking about this with you guys, that they had this whole big deal where they signed a contract where they would take their titles from them so they could hang them up, and then they just took them back. So they came in with those titles anyways. That whole storyline of them relinquishing the titles so that they would be held up, it didn't really matter. I think that was a waste of time.
It was Kevin Owens taking back his title during SmackDown, I believe. Cody's was still hanging there in SmackDown, and so it was weird that at the beginning that they both showed up with their titles.
With their titles, yeah. Yeah.
There's Cody with his title.
Yeah.
But okay, so the both of these belts are going to get held up for a ladder match, if anyone has been living under a rock and don't know about this. But okay, let's go through some of the spots. I'm not going to go through this as in detail as I did the Royal Rumble, but this was just highlighted by really dangerous, horrible, violent-looking spots, right? But here they are fighting in the audience, and I think Kevin Owens rammed Cody into the camera, which I thought was a cool spot. I like that. And here's some more violence. Here's Cody taking the first bad bump onto a ladder. So I'm worried for these guys. I think I was talking to you guys about it. I'm like, man, these guys are going to have weird back problems and stuff when they're older. For my entertainment, I'm not so entertained by seeing guys get gored and destroyed like this. You know what I mean? But okay, if they want to do it, I'll judge it. I'll be the judge. But okay, moving along. I think here's another spot Cody took onto a ladder. So there's another dangerous looking spot. These guys went balls to the walls today, man. Especially Kevin Owens in defeat.
Yeah.
If he was gonna take the defeat, he was gonna look good doing it. But okay, here's Sami Zayn coming in. So this is the first spot where we thought he might interfere or do something, but he really didn't. He just was there to kind of watch his friends, make sure they don't kill each other, I guess. But okay, here's the ending. I think we're getting close to the end. Here's a crossroads from onto Kevin Owens from Cody, and I think this is going to lead to Cody going for the belts, but Kevin Owens is using his last bit of energy to hold his leg back. So they're going to go outside and fight by the announce table, and Cody is just going crazy. He's going to that dark place. You know what I mean? And really getting violent, smashing Kevin Owens. So Kevin Owens got color. I guess he did the blade job. He's bleeding. Here's Cody with all the hate in the world. He hates Kevin Owens, so he's beating his ass over there. And I think this was Kevin Owens' last bit of desperation, was a low blow to Cody. So this is going to lead to Kevin Owens trying to get Cody into the package pile driver, but Cody's going to reverse it, pick him up, and in one of the greatest looking spots I've ever seen, slam him onto the ladder that was set up there, and Kevin Owens' neck goes through one of the ladders, like one of the rings of the ladder, and he just gets stuck there like that.
Oh my god.
It's fucking amazing, dude.
You're right, that was a great looking spot.
Great looking spot. And then he just stays stuck there like that for like minutes as Nick Aldis and everyone. Well, first of all, I will mention that Cody had to go into the ring and get the belt. So that was it. That was the end of the match. That was done. And Nick Aldis is there just like, oh my god, what are we going to do with him? Like, he's stuck in this position.
They
Don't move him.
They're worried that if they move him, it could be, I don't know. They just kind of left him there, huh?
Oh my god. Okay, so there's Sammy checking in on KO. And KO looking all bloody and horrible. And Cody Rhodes standing over him to end their feud, I guess. I don't know if that ends their... I would think it ends their feud.
I would think so.
Yeah,
I would think so. I think that has to be
after all that.
All right, so reviews. Let's see what we got as you guys reviewed this last night. I think I got your reviews on this last night, but me plus 3 points. I loved it. And Robert and Vlad also a thumbs up. So, all right, who wants to go first? I'll start with Vlad. Vlad, you got a thumbs up rating. You liked it. Let's get your thoughts on the undisputed Universal Championship match at the Royal Rumble here.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very good match. It was violent. It was everything it really needed to be to put this feud, like, you know, away as like the closer to this feud. I don't know what else to say. I mean, the only thing that was kind of interesting was the Sammy aspect when he came in there, and it was like, you know, both guys were kind of down and they were both getting messed up. Like, was he going to do something? I thought that was an interesting. He didn't do anything, but the fact that they teased it a little bit was a good touch, I guess, I would say. And as you said, that finish to it, that move, whew, looked amazing. Now, I know we had a lot of, like, I don't know about like what they do with these ladders, because I know a lot of us, as we were watching, we were talking like, oh God, the shots where they're landing on their back look brutal. They're going to be crippled. Why are they doing this? I hope that some of these ladders are gimmicked enough where they're not like they're actually landing on a metal ladder. I hope that's not the case, that they're doing something to these ladders where it's not like as bad as it looks, because a lot of them looked really bad. I'll say that much for it. But entertaining match, good stuff across the board. Cody's, you know, one of my favorites, and Kevin Owens, who I have not been like a huge fan of, he really was great in this feud. Yeah, tremendous heel. Good stuff across from him as well. So, you know, good match, and you know, let's see what happens next for both of these guys. It'll be interesting, especially for Cody.
All right, Robert, let's get your review. You also a thumbs up, so let's hear your thoughts.
Yes, so really good match. I think the outcome was predictable, but I don't know. It was funny because I deep down I kind of rooting for KO.
Yeah, me too.
He's been so entertaining leading up to this match. So, but I figured, you know, the outcome was gonna be Cody winning anyways. So yeah, it was a good match. There's some spots that I thought looked very dangerous. Look, I get that these guys are professionals and they know what they're doing. I'm pretty sure everything that they do is not too much risk involved. So I don't know what they do with those ladders, just like Vlad said. But man, yeah. So some of those spots look very, very risky, and I hope you know, their long-term health doesn't suffer too much from that.
But it was worth it because it was so epic. You know what I mean?
It was epic. That's for sure.
It was an epic. It was
I
epic.
think I think Kevin Owens would say that, but I don't know about all these wrestlers. A lot of these wrestlers, when they're older, they seem very regretful.
Kevin Owens would say that. Yeah, Kevin Owens would say that, and guess what? KO would be right.
KO is always right.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, I guess that's it. Let's hear your final thoughts on the show. I'll start with Vlad. Overall, it was 4.5 hours, only 4 matches. So what did you think of it?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I like the show. The 2 Rumble matches obviously usually take up like more than an hour each, right? They're like an hour and whatever, 15 minutes each or whatever, however long they go. But both were entertaining. As I said, the women's match to me was better, which I don't think I've ever I don't think I've ever said that topic probably, but this was definitely the case for me yesterday at the Royal Rumble. Otherwise, I'm curious where it all goes. Like, what's the road to WrestleMania leading to? Like, who's going to fight who? Like, who's? It's with Jey Uso winning, it kind of leaves a lot of questions, honestly, of what the future is of WrestleMania. What these matches could be, because I think we're thinking that it's going to be Punk and Cody. I mean, it could still be. It could end up still being that, but they still have to have like matches for Cena. They have to have a match for Roman, Drew, Seth. Like, I don't know. Like, what's going to happen with all these guys? Like, who are they? I don't know. It's just it's a lot of questions, not enough answers right now. But overall, as far as the Royal Rumble, I'm going to leave it at that.
All right, Vlad thought it was a good show. Okay, Robert, let's get your final thoughts on the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I'd say it was overall pretty good. I love the women's Royal Rumble. I like the Cody KO match. Didn't care much about the tag match, and the men's Royal Rumble was okay. I just really hated the result. I have no idea why they decided to book it that way. And then the fact that a few minutes after that match, I find out about the whole Luka Doncic trade. It made me think to myself, like, what world am I living in right now? Nothing is making sense to me. So it was really weird. Overall, it's still a good show.
Yeah, I had a good time too. I had fun with you guys for what I remembered. But okay. I hope I was a decent house guest. I don't know, but okay. All right. Well, that's it. That's all I got for this episode of the Malapert Smark podcast. Let me just give some news to the fans to update them on our reviews. We usually review AEW on this show. Usually I do make sure I put a mix of WWE and AEW. But today's show, I just wanted to do a complete Royal Rumble review. And I really didn't have time to watch Dynamite or Collision last week. So I'm going to make sure I get the Dynamite and Collision review out before the next Dynamite. So like an hour before Dynamite, you guys could check it out. Check out our YouTube posts tab, and I'll have the Dynamite and Collision reviews this Wednesday. As for Raw and SmackDown before the Royal Rumble, we reviewed that also on our YouTube blog posts. So I'll put links to that in case you guys want to know what we thought of the go-homes for Raw or SmackDown. It'll be in the links in the description below, and also you can go to our YouTube tab, our YouTube posts tab, or our community tab, and everything is there too, laid out nice for everyone, so you can read the storylines that happen and our reviews, thumbs up, thumbs down from me and Vlad and Robert. Also, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We got to 500, but now we got to get to 1,000, baby. We got to become the greatest podcast there's ever been, not just wrestling, but the greatest of all times, as Double J would say. But okay, that's about it. AEW reviews coming up later in the week, and WWE, we are done. So that's it, guys. All right, thank you for being on the show today. We appreciate it. And next week, we'll do it again. If you guys have time, we'd appreciate you coming by and hanging out and talking some wrestling. Vlad, any closing thoughts you want to give? This is your chance. Robert, also, anything you want to mention before we leave? Anything you want to tell the peoples?
Yeah, I will just say real quick, it was actually nice not to talk about AEW this week. I thought that was a great touch. Good choice, Kehan. You made the wisest choice you've made since we've started the show. Maybe we could
Well,
make some sort of thing where we only talk about them once every 2 weeks or something. I like this. Not talking about AEW this week. It was very nice.
Yeah, we didn't have to bash on any AEW this week, but for all I know, there was some good stuff on the show. Sometimes they surprise me. What did you get a sense of Dynamite was bad or what? Did you think it was?
It's the same. I don't know. It's the same.
Some weeks are better than others, man. I mean, I know the main event was Yuka Sakazaki against Mercedes Moné or something.
Oh my god! So just imagine, then put that to. That's all you have to say of what kind of show they had. Then. But yes, that was the main event, and there were other things, but I don't really care for most of the things that they're doing. So, yeah, it is what it is.
All right, then that'll do it for this edition of the Malapert Smark Wrestling Podcast, episode number 146. We should be back with you next week. If I feel like it or I have time, I may live stream in the middle of the week. We'll see. I can't guarantee it. Sometimes I'm just busy. But other than that, that's it. Thank you for joining us. Join us next week, and make sure to watch our YouTube video tabs for classic reviews we've been doing of 1996 Raw. And we also have WCW stuff. Check out all the playlists on the homepage. So anything you want, we got you, man. We're going to review every wrestling show there's ever been by the time this is all said and done. That's the goal. Okay, guys. I'll see you guys next week.
Turn on the lights, feel the beat. Press tails can't be beat. Join the crew, take your seat. Welcome to the wrestle heat. Malapert, Smark, time to fly. Stories don't catch your eye. Talking champs till we die. The Smark's always high. Fights and myths always say. Heroes rise, villains sway. In the ring, night and day. Wrestling talk, come and stay. Malapert, Smark, time to fly. Stories don't catch your eye. Talking champs till we die. The Smark's always high. Crash and cheer. All the news you wanna hear. Belt and fame always near. With the crew, have no fear. Malapert, Smark, time to fly. Stories don't catch your eye. Talking champs till we die. The Smark's always high. Catch your eye. Talking champs till we die. The Smark's always high.